And I think like if you look at the press release, and I think we'll try and find it, the press release says something about how like Facebook is going to help elevate artists and blah, 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 and all this stuff. And I don't know about you, Crystal, but I think that's an absolute crock.
Yeah. And like you said, there are so many artists that have gotten their big break through being featured on TikTok. Like I've discovered a bunch of artists that I
Mm,
never knew about and I now follow, especially the smaller artists that don't have all of the money behind them to market them in all
yeah.
these different ways. Having their songs shared on TikTok, having them used in trends as well,
Mm-hmm.
would be game changing. And I think Universal's saying it's to protect their artists, but clearly not. It'll be interesting then to see what this new, I don't know what to call it, platform channel. What did you say it was called?
So TikTok, there's TikTok Sound On, which is where
That's it.
artists can upload their music so that they can use it on TikTok. Essentially,
Mm,
that way it pops onto TikTok as a sound.
perfect. So that'll be
Yeah.
so good for smaller creators and smaller
Mm-hmm.
musicians to actually get featured. So I'm glad they've got some kind of alternative in place for them. But oh,
Yeah.
watch this space. Very
I know.
exciting. Yeah, and a little bit annoying for those of us who have used commercial sounds to now have all these mute videos. But I guess at least everybody's in that kind of same space. And there
Yeah.
have been some pretty funny videos coming out of that where people are matching really unhinged sounds with their muted videos with the
Yeah.
text saying point of view Universal Studios pulled their catalog and it's got like Thomas the Tank Engine theme song or something to your trending dances or what have you. So super cute. I like the way that the TikTok community immediately jumps onto something, makes it a trend, makes it funny, and responding in real time. I think that's what,
Mm-hmm.
again, the beauty of that platform. Now, there are some big changes coming or possibly coming to the platform
Yeah.
in terms of video length. And TikTok has been testing out with some of its bigger creators 30-minute videos. Now, this is obviously because TikTok wants to compete with YouTube. What do you think about this? 30-minute videos. Would you sit and watch something that long on TikTok?
No.
I don't
No. Sorry. No.
I don't have the attention span. Um,
No, I don't either. I've given birth and all of a sudden I have ADD. I it's not the culture of TikTok. I think if you want to do something that's 30 minutes long, that's a live.
yeah,
To me at least, and that's the culture that's been built on TikTok, and trying to shift a culture of over 1 billion users to do something that different is like getting them to try to walk through concrete that is just almost hard. Yeah, don't think it'll fly, but I guess we shall see. As far as we know, I think they're only testing this in the US. We did get a notification on our TikTok profile, Mad Marketing Mums. In case you don't follow it, it's at Mad Marketing Mums, that we can upload now up to 15 minutes. And I even think that's too long. I don't think I've ever
yeah.
uploaded a video of 10 minutes long, ever. And I've never seen a video that's 10 minutes long. I only last maybe 3 minutes, not even that. It has to be that intriguing the entire way through. And
Yeah,
I just don't think it's the platform. It's just not the culture there on TikTok. But I could be wrong.
yeah. Look, they've gone from what were they initially, 90 seconds or a minute, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then there were 3-minute videos, then there were 10-minute videos. The 15 seems like an interesting little halfway point there. People are watching 10-minute videos and they have been pushing that. But again, like you said, I think it would have to be really engaging content,
Yeah.
packed with value. You're going to need some professional editing, I think, to keep people engaged, like YouTube videos. I think that's what keeps people on there. That's what keeps people watching for longer, or something just really useful and educational. And maybe this is TikTok's been trying to push educational content for a long time. There was even a point where they were going to have a different feed for educational content. Do you remember that? It was like Learn or something like that. I'm glad they got rid of
Yes.
that. And it's just all in the
Yeah.
one feed. But maybe this is them circling back to that, to use a corporate phrase. Let's circle back to this educational content, because I guess the incentive for them and having these longer videos is the ability to put more ads into these videos.
Yeah, because TikTok
that's what
has
they
a
want.
monetization problem.
Yeah.
Like they've got the creator fund, and don't quote me on it, but I think the model that they have used on it, it's almost like it's running out of money. They're not paying creators very well. They're not paying them very much. I think last I checked, it's not even available here in Australia. So it's not even available to a large percentage of creators that are on TikTok as well. So it's not many people are actually really taking advantage of it or even are able to. But YouTube's monetization model, everybody gets paid no matter where they are. As long as your video is longer than a minute, they're able to put an ad through. If they use that model, that's fine. But essentially making us make 30-minute videos is what's the point? We'll just go and do that on YouTube, which is in fact the world's second largest search engine.
Yeah, interesting. So who knows? Watch this space. Yeah, I think, and look, and this comes actually with another change that they have made just recently, which when I first saw it, I was like, oh my God, no. And that is landscape orientation videos. Now, look, it makes sense, I think, because if you're going to put up a 30-minute video, you would take the time and effort to turn your phone around 90 degrees to watch it in landscape so you can see that full screen, and useful for things where you may have slides or informational details. Again, I'm thinking back to the educational content. But when I first saw this on my feed, I was like, yuck, we've changed. We've come full circle now. From going landscape videos, think about Facebook and YouTube and where we were at the start, to then embracing vertical video, Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, all of that. And now we're now turning our phones back the other way. Oh, it gives me the ick a little bit. I can see if you are making that longer form content or repurposing your longer form content, then yeah, that's where landscape, I think, comes into play. What do you think?
Yeah. I did a TikTok on this a couple of days ago, and I intentionally did it incorrectly. One of my TikTok friends pointed out, he actually did the landscape incorrectly. I'm like, yeah, I know I did, because I wanted to show an example of what TikTok could potentially do. So if you imagine your phone being vertical like this, obviously, and you have that landscape video in there, you've got black or white space on the top and the bottom. Your captions are obviously going to be on the bottom and taking up a portion. But the thing is that if you keep your phone vertical and you have a landscape video there, and it's longer than a minute even, they don't necessarily have to feed an ad within the video. They've got prime real estate at the top and at the bottom to put a static ad. So imagine, an ad up at the top during one of these landscape videos. And then after longer than a minute, they might have another ad there. I thought that's primarily because if you think about it, again, TikTok culture, it's the phone is like this. Imagine trying to change that habit of people going like this for every single video.
And if you're listening to the podcast, Clem is showing the habit of holding your phone vertically and scrolling upward vertically, as opposed to having it landscape. It seems like such a tiny little detail, but it is. It's a habit. It's a culture. It's what we've been conditioned to now do. And so I think it's quite jarring to be scrolling through vertically and then suddenly be changing your phone sideways to watch something. Again, it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. Now, Helen Police, is it, or Police? The Mothership.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So she's got a massive TikTok following, and she's really good at showing how these new features and such work. And she did a video on it showing this is what it will look like when it's on full screen. And then she also shows that when you tilt your phone, it's like this. To get out of the landscape video, it's not that you just scroll. If you flick the video up, so say you've got your phone like this, and you flick the
horizontal
screen up, it actually, it closes the app on an iPhone at least.
Oh,
so you have to escape out of it, and click it like 2 or 3 clicks to get back to the feed, and then you can scroll. Now, you and I know that the rule of thumb is the more clicks you get somebody to force them to do for something so simple, the bigger the turnoff is. For example, if you have